Hey everybody, how are you? I just got home from work. It's Thursday evening. I popped out into the garage. I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of time out here tonight because I am gonna be painting this weekend in the family room. So tonight we're gonna go out and pick up our paint. And I need to get a new trim brush. You have to get the angled 2-inch angled brush for cutting in and trimming around the edges of the room. The one I have, I've used it for probably 20 years. It's in pretty bad shape. So I'm gonna get a new trim brush. So pretty excited about that. But I did come out to the garage to work on getting these blanks out of clamps. I've got the rest of them over here. They need to be squared up a little bit on the sander. And I have 2 blanks left to get into clamps. So I'll probably get these into clamps. And then with whatever time I have left, actually we'll get those out of clamps first. We'll get these into clamps. And with whatever time we have left, we'll start kind of cleaning the blanks up a little bit. I will keep you posted on what happens. All right, I got all of the blanks out of clamps. I got the 2 remaining blanks glued up and in clamps. Little pro tip for you, all those little pin bags, this is the same brush I used last night. You put these brushes in these bags, toss them in your fridge, and I can get up to 3 days out of them unless I keep using them. If I use them each day, I can stretch it even longer, but after about 3 days, the glue will sort of set up even in the fridge. I was gonna go ahead and start squaring these blanks up, but I got to thinking, I wanna make the next cut on them to make this style blank. So I think what I'm gonna do is we'll just simply square one side on each blank. We'll pick the side we wanna square so that we can stack 2 blanks together to get the nice even cut between them. And then we'll continue making our blanks. So I'm only gonna square one side per blank. I went ahead and sanded all 4 sides of these blanks and just squared the ends. Not because I had to, but just because it made it easier for me to work with. I didn't have to worry about which side I attached to which side, or they were just symmetrical, so it made them simpler. I put some blue tape to hold them together, and I just drew some curved lines, and I've marked each of the pieces. The idea behind this is I'm going to take them over to my scroll saw, and I'll just cut along these lines. These are just rough ideas of which way to go back and forth. And then they'll be taped together, those 2 pieces, and I'll know which one is top and which one is bottom. I think what I'll do is put a line down the side. That'll make it even easier for me to tell top from bottom. And that way, when I disassemble the pieces, I can align them. Every odd piece will be on the top blank. Every even piece will be on the bottom blank. So these will be pretty cool. And they're going to look a little different because these were made out of 2 blocks of wood. And these are made out of 8 different pieces of wood. So there's some duplicates in there, but it should make them look kind of interesting. And these I made double cuts on. These, I don't know that I'm gonna do double cuts. I think I may just do single cuts on them because I think, with all of the extra wood, I think it might be too crazy. But we'll make a few like this, and if it doesn't look right, I'll split them and make the double cuts. So those are ready. Now what I want to do is turn my attention to getting the saw set up and ready to go. Little change in plans. I decided to use the bandsaw instead of the scroll saw. You can see I'm getting a nice clean cut. That's what I care about. So I think this is going to work out really well, and it'll speed things up quite a bit. Well, that went pretty well. You can see I've got my pieces. There's piece number 9. There's a red mark on there. That's top. And the other piece is bottom, so that I can put the blanks back together and then mix them up. These little cups come on laundry detergent, and I collect them. I use them in the shop. They're great for dipping micro mesh pads in. They're great for mixing little bits of paint, storing stuff like this. It's awesome. So now I've got 8 blanks here, which there's 2 blanks in each one, so a total of 16 blanks. Now what I need to do is start reassembling them. And I don't know if I'll get to that right away. I got a couple other things I want to work on, but they're ready to go, and they're sorted when I'm ready to start putting them together. I've taken the tape off and reassembled the 2 blanks. Now we're going to swap the pieces. Here's what the blanks look like with the pieces all mixed up. It's actually pretty darn cool. I've got all these cutoffs from when I made the blanks. These were the pieces that just kind of overhung, and I cut them off. I'm going to use these because if you'll notice, there's little gaps in there. The bandsaw blade is a lot wider than the scroll saw blade. So I'm going to basically take veneers and put them between each of the pieces. And this will let me use up all these little cutoffs so I don't waste them. So I'm going to try to get these glued up. What we're going to do is we're going to glue 2 pieces together at a time, 2, 2, 2, and 2 like that. Then we'll come back when they're dry and we'll glue 4 together, and then we'll glue, another set of 4s together, so on and so on until we have the full blank. So it's not going to be a super quick process, but I'm hoping to be able to get through this blank. I've got a bunch of clamps up here and maybe set up one more blank and get that glued up. And by the time I get through that, it ought to be about time to start taking the clamps off and gluing up the individual pieces, because I'm going to let the Titebond tack up, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and attempt to glue as much of the blank as I can. It's kind of cool because the line almost follows. Let's see what the other side looks like. That's sweet. Check that out. I did not plan that. So these two blanks must have been cut about the same time, because it almost looks like the line follows, and I absolutely love that effect. They won't all look like this, but man, I'll take it. That is sweet. The first two blanks are glued up. I think I have enough clamps over here to be able to do two more. So I've set out another blank, got it ready to go. There's my box of clamps. And then when I'm done gluing those up, the back row, well, actually these rows should be done. I'll start pulling down. You can't see them, but all my other clamps are behind the staircase. And I'll pull those down and I'll start gluing up, two at a time of these to make longer blanks. So this is going to work out nice. It's just a little bit time consuming, but the way the Titebond tacks up after about 20 minutes, that's all I need. And I've already got probably 10 minutes in making those. So by the time I get these glued up, we're going to be right where we need to be. So pretty happy about that. I think it'd be nice if I could get at least one set of blanks done tonight, but I don't think I'll get that far. It's getting late and I'm getting tired, but I'll keep you posted on just how far I make. I ended up getting 4 blanks glued up. There's the 4th one down there. And I've had enough time for the glue to tack that I've got back here 1 blank, 2 blank, 3 blanks. The 4th one I need to put into bigger clamps. I don't know if I have enough of this size clamp, and I don't want to go a whole lot bigger, so I'll wait a little bit, and as I cycle through, clamps will free up and I'll be able to do those. But I've gone ahead over here and I've got another one laid out and ready to go, because this box is full of these smaller clamps, so we can go ahead and clamp up 2 more blanks. I got those last 2 blanks glued up. There's one, there's the other. The clamp popped off that one, but the wood's already tacked up, so I'm not going to mess with it. Those in the back probably could be taken apart and clamped together, the 2 of the larger segments, but not tonight. It's a little after 8 o'clock. You can see I'm sweating. It's hot out here. I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I won't be back for a few days because tomorrow's Friday night. We have a band performance we're going to go to. Then Saturday, I'm going to be painting. And then we have a band performance Saturday night. And then Sunday would be the first chance I might have to get back in the shop, but it depends on how much painting I can get done Saturday. I may end up finishing the painting up on Sunday. And actually, I say painting, I'm just going to be edging and trimming. I did all the drywall work and primed it, and I'm going to go in and edge or cut in around all of the crown molding and around the doors and around the trim at the floor. And my goal is this weekend to get 2 coats around the entire house for the edging. If that happens, then next chance, possibly next weekend, I'll start rolling the walls and getting the paint on. We went out, got 5 gallons of paint today. I think that should be enough. If not, luckily the place we get at Sherwin-Williams is just right around the corner. But I feel pretty good about how far I got tonight. And next time I come out here, I should be able to. These are moving pretty quick. I can move through them pretty quick thanks to Titebond too. So that's all for me tonight, guys. Have a great evening, and I will keep you posted as I make more of these blanks. And I've got 2 different styles of blanks. One of them's chaos, and one of them's a twist blank that I want to make. And I'll give you kind of a quick preview. This is one I made a while back, and I'm going to make them differently because this one's made on a tube. But I'm going to make some of these blanks. I will not make them on a tube. They'll have simply a 1/4-inch hole up the middle. They'll be made on a 1/4-inch bolt. And then I can, 1/4 inches the size of, or the diameter of your mandrel. So then I can take a 7mm bit, which is the smallest pin kit bit there is, drill a 7mm or any other size hole I want to make this blank work for any kit. So I got the Chaos coming up, which I got to get up there and dig out some wood. I got some of those twists coming up after these are done. And I still have to turn the edges off of these. Get them true. I don't want to send them out like that. They're too heavy also. They cost a fortune to ship, and most of that gets turned away anyway. So yeah, I got plenty to do, but I'm having a good time just doing this. I'm not videoing. People were asking me, are you videoing? No, I'm not. I'm just having fun. I finally have the desire to be back in the shop, and the show is what did it for me. Between the show and then between talking to all the vendors, about selling That really got me psyched up, and that's what's got me in the shop. Right now, it's not about videoing, except for the quick stuff like this. We'll get back to the videoing. That's coming probably when I start building the pins or turning the pins. That's when I'll get more into the videoing. This type of stuff is kind of boring and mundane, so it's better suited for short updates. With that, I'm out. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.